Good morning, everybody. I'm doing a video on how to make a poached egg. The reason I'm doing this is because I was trying to explain to a friend of mine like how to make them. He'd never done it before, and he just, I don't know if it was too much to like give him all at once or what. But anyway, so he said if I do a YouTube video and then send him the link, he'll start like learning how to make his eggs. So I got a little bit of jazz music on in the background to kind of help the mood of the video. I don't know if that works or not, or if you can even hear it, and I did a little bit of prep ahead of time. But anyway, we're going to start off. I don't know if you've ever seen these like these little strainers, but basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take an egg and I'm going to strain it through one of these strainers. Now the purpose of that, the egg white has like a real liquidy part to it. I don't even know what it's called, but it's real watery, and if you just put that straight into the water, it just floats around and makes like a big mess in there. And I guess, I mean, you could do that, but this is the way that I learned, and it works very well, like I want to say like 98% of the time. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bounce this around a little bit over the sink and kind of swirl it around to help get that liquid out. But if you look at this is the stuff that came out of the egg white, and it's real runny. I mean, it's not even like the regular white. It's a whole nother thing altogether. But so anyway, we got that done, and now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come over, and I started getting my, heating my water up, and I'm gonna add a little bit of vinegar to the water. Now what that does, apparently from everything that I've researched and read and what people have said, was that it helps the egg white firm up a little bit like faster. So anyway, we're going to get this onto a high boil, and we're going to take, once we get this to a boil, we're going to add our egg whites. Let me get another paper towel here. And I'm going to show you a couple things that you can do after the eggs are done. They say 3 minutes is a perfect poached egg, but I kind of found that it really depends on whose pot is doing the boiling and what your likes are. So if you look over here, you'll see I added the vinegar, and I'm just going to pour in my eggs, okay? And they'll start to firm up, and I got 4 eggs I'm going to do. Now that one there really, just keep it on that. Kind of, did its own thing there. It gets a little cloudy, and I'm just going to take a spoon and kind of like pull it together, and that tends to help. I'm going to add I'm doing a total of 4, so I'm just going to pour these in, and there's enough in this little pot here for, they all have their own little space. So I'm going to let this, because I added 4 eggs, so I'm going to let this get up to a boil again, and then as soon as it's boiling, I'm going to turn okay, so it's starting to boil again there, and I'm going to turn the heat down. Sometimes they go to low. I find that I don't really like low, because then it just takes like forever for the eggs to cook. So I'm just going to kind of, this little bit of film that's coming to the surface, I'm going to kind of use my spoon and kind of pull it to the side so I can kind of see what's going on with the eggs. You can keep it there. I'm going to go ahead and just put these over in the sink real quick. All right. Now, my friend out there, you know who you are. So next time I see you, I want to hear that, because I'm going to, kind of put the video together, shorten it up a hair or whatever, and then I'm going to send you the link. So I definitely want to hear that you decided to go ahead and make some poached eggs. So, but they say 3 minutes, and I guess my thing is I like my eggs a little bit more, like not too hard. I'd really like a nice runny yolk in the middle. You know what I mean? I guess I just have what I think is perfection, and Now this isn't something that everybody does, but I go through and kind of make sure they're not sticking to the bottom. We're gonna let those cook. Now basically it's 3 minutes, but like I said, because they're my eggs and I'm eating them, you know, I washed my hands and everything, and I'm gonna like kind of give them a poke, and you know, because that's my best way of being able to tell like where it's at as far as its doneness. Like, you know, some people like the yolk a little firmer, not as runny. I tend to like a yolk that's just oozes out. I mean, that's just to me where all the goodness is. And so it's been about 2 minutes. I'm gonna kind of give it a little. Oh man, we ruptured one. See, remember that one there stuck to the bottom. So hopefully that one kind of heals a little bit. We'll see. But this one here seems to be doing, it's cooking really good. Sometimes they separate. I mean, just not all eggs are created equal. So that's definitely one thing I found out. Some eggs will really, like, you'll pull it out and it just looks gorgeous. And then you pull out the next egg and it looks like a train wreck. But they still come out good. You know what I mean? Like, they're still very tasty and edible. And I give it a little poke test there. And so I like where this one's at. And so what I'm gonna do, one thing you can do is you drop it into ice water, and that stops the cooking process. And you can do this like if you're prepping eggs for like later or through the week, and then you put them in a glass container, seal them up, and then you just add hot water to them for like 30 seconds, and it heats them back up without cooking it, and you've got a poached egg later in the week. So I'm gonna go ahead and put another egg. Like this one here really fell apart. There's nothing, I mean, it's just really hit and miss sometimes, but the majority of the time, the eggs do come out looking like this. I had one bust because it hit the water and it kind of stuck to the bottom, but this one's nice and firm. And so because I'm going to eat that one right now, I basically just put that on a paper towel and let the water, you know, because you don't want to put it on a piece of toast like full of water. So, and here's my my one that stuck to the bottom. But you know, it's just a practice. Let me get a little plate here, and we're gonna cut one open, and that way you can see. I'm gonna go ahead and take this one here. And normally I would put that on a piece of toast, but just for the sake of wanting to show you, or even oatmeal, I love putting these on oatmeal. And you can see right there, you got that just delicious yolk. And you know, you can cook it longer if you want, if you don't want the, you know, as much yolk. Like I said, 3 minutes. I did these ones for 2, but 3 minutes usually will get you where the yolk is firming up, but you still got just a little bit of runny on the inside. So I hope this helps. And if anybody out there that, you know, just practice with it and it'll happen. So thank you and have a great day.